Good morning students, once again welcome you all in this English class. Students, today we will do 6th poem of your first flight book, that is Amanda, composed by Robin Kellen. First I will make you familiar from the poetess. Robin Kellen is an Australian author of books for children. She writes children's and young adult fiction. Some of her famous books are Hating Ellen, Ashley, People Might Hear You, etc. Now I will give you introduction of the poem. Robin Kellen has expressed the views of a little girl, Amanda, who is constantly pointed out by her mother for making mistakes which she considers so as they are not part of the code of good conduct laid out by the society in which we live. Now students, I will do the explanation stanza wise. I will read two stanzas together, one of her mother and one of the imagination of Amanda. Don't bite your nails, Amanda. Don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Stop that slouching and sit up straight, Amanda. Now, dream by Amanda. There is a languid, emerald sea with a soul, inhabitant in me, a mermaid, drifting blissfully. Now, first I am telling the meaning of difficult words. Hunch, bend, slouching, sitting in a lazy way, languid, relaxed, emerald. Here it signifies green color. Inhabitant, resident, drifting, carried slowly by the water, blissfully, happily. Now in these lines, the poet is describing Amanda, a little girl who is always pointed out by her mother for her mistakes and how she imagines her life to be. The poet says that the mother is pointing out Amanda for biting nails, which is a bad habit. Next, she asks her to sit straight without bending her shoulders. Amanda, who has habit of bending her shoulders and sitting lazily, is being pointed out because her mother wants her to sit in the right posture. At this time, when she is being scolded by her mother, she imagines herself to be in a deep green sea. She says that she wants to be the only resident of this beautiful green sea. She imagines herself like a mermaid who is alone there and leads her life in a very relaxing way. She says that she wants to be carried away by the current of water and feel the relaxing environment there. Literary devices, anaphora, figure of speech, repeated use of a word at the start of two or more lines. Don't bite, don't touch. Assonance, use of vowel sound O. Don't hunch your shoulders. Rhyme, A, B, C. This is the rhyming scheme. Amanda, straight. Amanda, see, me, blissfully. By these words of the last in the lines, we are getting this rhyming scheme. Metaphor, use of word emerald, sea for green color, of sea being similar to the color of emerald. Repetition, use of word Amanda. Imagery, drifting blissfully. Alliteration, stop that slouching and sit up straight. S sound is being repeated at the start of closely placed words. Allusion, mermaid is a well-known imagery creature. Next stanzas. Did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. Now, imagination of Amanda. I'm an orphan roaming the street. I pattern soft dust with my hushed bare feet. The silence is golden, the freedom is sweet. Meaning, orphan, a child whose parents are dead. Hushed, quiet and a still place. Here, the poet says that Amanda's mother is inquiring her about whether she has done her homework or not, and then she asks her whether she has cleaned her room or not. Moreover, she is also reminded to clean her shoes. So, here we can see that the mother is constantly asking her questions regarding her homework being done or not, or whether she had cleaned up her room and shoes or not. But on the other hand, while Amanda is listening to her mother's instructions, she imagines herself to be an orphan who is roaming in the streets. This means that she imagines if she would have been without parents, she would have walked freely in the streets. She would have drawn designs on the soft dust with her uncovered feet very quietly. So we can see that she thinks opposite to her mother. Her mother wants her to keep everything neat and clean, but Amanda wants to play in dust with her bare feet. Moreover, she is so fed up of these constant instructions from her mother that she says silence is golden, which means that silence is very crucial and precious. She further says that freedom is sweet. This means she never feels free when she is with her mother. Now I'm telling literary devices. Figures of speech which are used, anaphora, repeated words at the start of two or more lines. Did you finish? Did you tidy? Rhyming scheme is Aadaeee. Amanda, shoes, Amanda, street, feet, sweet. Assonance, figures of speech, use of vowel sound O. Thought, told, you, your, shoes. Repetition, use of word Amanda. Metaphor, silence is golden. Silence is said to be glorious like golden color. Freedom is sweet. Freedom is said to be sweet in taste. Next is stanzas. Don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne, Amanda. Will you please look at me when I am speaking to you, Amanda? Now, imagination of Amanda. I am Rapunzel. I have not a care. Life is a tower, is tranquil and rare. I will certainly never let down my bright hair. Now, meaning of words: acne, pimples; Rapunzel, a girl in the fairy tale by Brothers Grimm; tranquil, calm, quiet; rare, uncommon. Amanda's mother is disallowing her to eat chocolates. She reminds her of pimples that Amanda faces due to eating chocolates. At last, she scolds her for not paying attention to what her mother says. At this moment, Amanda imagines herself to be Rapunzel. Rapunzel was a character from a fairy tale that was captured in a tower by a witch. The witch used to climb the tower with the help of long hair of Rapunzel that were let down by her through the window. So now Amanda wants to be Rapunzel because she feels that life is in tower will be peaceful and unusual. She thinks she will be free and live in a peaceful environment in the tower. She also confirms to herself that she will never let her hair down to anyone so that nobody could come to her in the tower. Literary devices, allusion, use of famous fairy tale character, Rapunzel, rhyming scheme, AAFAGGG, Amanda, Amanda, you, Amanda, care, rare, and hair. Assonance, use of vowel sound E and O. Will you please look at me when I am speaking to you? Now, next stanzas. Stop that sulking at once, Amanda. You are always so moody, Amanda. Anyone would think that I nagged at you, Amanda. Sulking, now I'm telling the meaning. Sulking, be in bad mood, moody, unstable, nagged, harasses. Amanda's mother now warns her for behaving in a very odd manner. She asks her to stop being in a bad mood. Moreover, she blames her of having such an unstable mood. She also scolds her by saying that her behavior will one day make people think that Amanda was constantly being harassed by her mother. So, here we can say that though Amanda is always pointed by her mother on every small thing, but she cannot react to this. If she reacts towards this by getting emotional, her mother takes this against her sense of pride and scolds her that she should not behave like this, as others would think that Amanda's mother is very dominating towards her child. Literary devices, alliteration. Stop that sulking. S sound is repeated at the start of closely placed words. Repetition, use of word Amanda. Rhyming scheme, AAHA. Amanda, Amanda, you, Amanda. Now students, we have completed the explanation of the poem. Listen it carefully. If you have any query, we will meet in Zoom classes, and again I will do the explanation of this poem. So be ready. Previously you have to revise all the lines and be ready to ask the questions in chat box. Thank you. God bless you. Have a nice day.